describe tribe.
They use spray paint to transform a plain brick wall into a work of art. Since August, 2 Cleveland School of the Arts students have been working on this 240-foot-long mural. They've used nearly 250 cans of spray paint to do the job. Now, even though many people associate spray painting with graffiti, these young men say it can also be used for art.
This is Saino, this is Mr. Soul. Dope graffiti artists, illustrators, designers, all of that stuff. The reason why I got these guys coming to y'all so we can keep this stuff going, so when I'm not around, y'all can connect to these guys and see what they're doing. Y'all can reach out to them. And it's all about networking. It's all about having some mentors and helping y'all keep doing this stuff. So right here, he's mirrored his iPad Pro. He's got the pencil to go with it to that TV. All right.
Wow, I'm impressed myself. So you know. So I'm just gonna show y'all a little bit of what I do, some of the projects that I worked on. Most of these were created exclusively on my iPad and the iPad Pro. So I'm gonna show you some of those projects, and then I'm gonna flip to my photos and show you a couple of mural projects that we've been working on. So this is an illustration. Again, all using the iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil. This is a young lady that I follow on Instagram, and so she has like these very distinct features. And a lot of times as an artist, I'm motivated and inspired by not just other people's artwork, but also pictures that I see. So I saw this picture and wanted to put my own spin on how I would create it. So this is what I came up with. This is a rough of how this piece came together. This is a time lapse of the entire project. So the beauty of this project is every stroke that I make on the iPad, everything that I do is recorded within the program so I can play it back. And so what you're seeing now is how I got from point A to point Z, which is what I showed y'all when I first opened it up.
So this is important too. To be able to record this process is a little bit better than just showing the final product. That makes sense? Yeah. So this is all about, and I stress this a lot, it's about creating content. That's why we got all these freaking cameras rolling. They're not just rolling for us. They're rolling because he's showing some value. He's showing how he's better than everybody else, because like I told y'all before, it's never going to be a time when it's not no competition. You even competition with yourself. You want to outdo the last thing you've done. You want to outwork him. Even though he's my friend, I'm trying to outdo him. He's trying to outdo me. It's friendly competition.
So with this particular project here, how I ended up again, the process was planting a whole lot of seeds, developing relationships, letting people know that I exist, letting them know the caliber work that I'm able to provide and create. Being able to articulate what I'm able to do, right? Overstanding the value in what I do. So all of those seeds, all those little things led to a conversation where this organization were looking for artists to do work for this project. And so because I had a body of work, meaning a collection of work, which is what he's teaching you guys to develop a portfolio so that you can get jobs and make money and benefit from your creative passions, right? So I have a portfolio that they looked through, and they selected me as being one of the artists that would participate in this project. And when you're talking about an investment, to piggyback on what he's saying is everything that you see us working with, these cameras, this iPad Pro, it's a reinvestment. Like I get a project, I don't go buy shoes, I don't go party, I don't go buy anything but other pieces that are going to lead me to a bigger bag, a bigger check, a bigger opportunity, right? So when you spend $400 for your iPad Pro, you have to look at that as an investment in your future business, and you have to work that tool like you want to make that money back, right? You want to make that money back and then some. So that's a little bit about what I do. I don't want to take up all the space. I'm going to open the floor up to this guy, because this guy, so when I was growing up, this guy right here and that guy right there were the guys that really, we bonded together through art. And I believe, not even believe, I know strongly that's what kept us out of harm's way, right? We created a brotherhood and a fellowship through art.
This is me. I'm from Cleveland. My name's Saino.
stands for a bunch of things: simple art, nice outline, sunny and nice outside, stealth assassin, ninja operation, all these kind of things. I went to Japan. I'm half black, half Japanese, so just a little background. Mom's Japanese. This is us in Japan. This is 1983. This is when I started doing graffiti. Because of this trip to Japan, I went out there and I saw a piece off the train that said "Hip Hop Don't Stop." I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all in. So just saying, this is where the whole impetus behind the graffiti thing kind of happened. There was also this guy Ranger, who was a local guy. He was originally the first thing I saw, but when I went to Japan and saw the Hip Hop Don't Stop piece, I was like, it was like, okay, it's already worldwide. Alright, and that's all I'm trying to say. You know, it's worldwide, and I come back to Cleveland and started painting. I wasn't the first graph writer here. There were others, like I said, Ranger, Nomad, Oops, Roxy Hunter. Yeah, so in '88, 30 years ago, this is kind of stuff I was doing. So I think of it like foundation elements. There's bubble letters, and then there's block letters, and there's tagging. And with the tagging, since that's like your personalized script, so to speak, that's where you find like a lot of flavor in your hand style, we call it. Transferring your hand style into bubble and block letter style stuff, it's like you're just trying to add on elements to each other. So you start to take the bubble or block letter and pull it and push it and sculpt it, right? So that's what I'm thinking when I'm doing 3D lettering. I'm thinking of the letters twisting. It's also part of the dance too. So I mean, you guys seen like folks waving and stuff or popping, and you know. So I'm thinking about that kind of rhythm in the letters, and I want the letters to twist and flow, and do all that kind of, you know. It's almost like applying the dance movement to the lettering. I think about, you know, but it's still lettering, so it's like it really comes down to also analyzing like everything from Old English to brush script to just looking at how different people write their names. You know, we used to say not just the original font, but the original methodology behind even creating the font. So actually using a calligraphy tip pen, dipping it in ink, putting it on paper, and making those Old English style lettering, like actually drawing it out. This was in San Antonio, Texas. I got invited out to an event called Contents Under Pressure. In graffiti art, there's a big debate about letters and characters. You know, do you do letters or do you do characters? And I'm like, well, I kind of do both, and I mix them together. And this is what happens. SANO.
When you do something like this, it's like, man, this is probably like, this is an epic moment. So how can I, when I'm talking about, you know, being in competition with myself, how do I top this?
Right.
I started off drawing and painting stuff. In high school, I took every single art class that my high school had offered. And that's kind of what got me started into art and design and stuff. So I was just telling him, the company that I work for, we designed the program for, it's like an organization in Cleveland that gets graffiti artists and connects them with businesses and you know, gets them paid to do some projects and do some cool stuff.
You got your own website, or you use Behance or anything?
I made my own. I used Squarespace.
Okay. So he made his own website, and he put all his work there, so when somebody look you up, they can see all the stuff that you're doing. There's free places that you can use. Me and Mr. Soul yesterday was talking about Behance. I mean, theoretically, just your Instagram could be your portfolio page, actually. So now you taking a bunch of selfies and all that good stuff. I mean, maybe one or two, but you should have work in there.
The only reason where, like, and I was just explaining to him earlier today, like if you go to my profile, you don't see a whole lot of artwork right now because I'm not in a creative space. But every picture that I post is about the lifestyle of being an artist. So even though I'm not posting actual artwork, when I post a picture and then I post a caption that ties back into being an artist, that's valuable as well. But just useless selfies or taking pictures of your food and stuff like that, not if you're trying to attract clients and be a businessman. So you can post a selfie, but it should be a creative picture, like how Safwan captured me when we did a photo shoot, and then I could tell a story with that picture. That's the only way you should rely on photographs on your profiles and not artwork. So for Mr. Collins to come in, y'all got to take full advantage of it. Y'all have computers here that she just giving you access to. Like, you guys are the young, creative geniuses of the future. For real.
I've been doing what I do for almost 10 years professionally, and I didn't graduate college. So like, I would definitely suggest that you go to college, but like, you can learn this stuff and get paid to do this stuff just by learning it on your own.
So let me say, I went to art school. I guess that was my college, right? But art school, it's more than just going to college. It's about what you put into it to get out what you can get from it. I didn't go to college or go to art school thinking that was the end all. I got some information, and everything that I've learned from that point has been because I've been determined to be an artist. So every book I read, every YouTube video I pull up, every conversation I have is to grow on, what we know, what we learn.
This is beyond just writing my name on a wall. This is a piece, a masterpiece. This is a mural.
It's different. It's different from a lot of things like using a paintbrush. Anybody can use a paintbrush to, paint a wall, but with spray paint, it's different.